Alrighty, so here we are right after the trade deadline. And what a wild and crazy final few minutes of the trade deadline it was. It saw the Rockets make a few more moves, and it saw a bunch of other teams making moves. This was not a quiet trade deadline like I think most people thought it would be. While Carmelo Anthony did not get moved, Paul George and a couple other big names did not get moved, there was still a lot of action going down in the final few minutes. So, just recapping everything that happened for the Rockets overall. The Rockets made the move for Lou Williams. They sent Corey Brewer in a first round pick in this year's draft for Lou Williams. Williams will also be under contract for next year as well, so they're getting him for a year and a half basically. And then today, which is Thursday, the Rockets also made a couple other moves, and there were more addition by subtraction moves. KJ McDaniels was moved to the Brooklyn Nets, pretty much to just free up cap room. That's all that deal was. No one came back in return. And the Rockets made another move with the Lakers, this time by trading Tyler Ennis for Marcelo Hurtes. Hurtes, who the Rockets ended up waiving immediately. So all in all, with the moves, the two moves the Rockets made on Thursday, they freed up a little bit over about $3 million in cap space, which will help them in the buyout market. And right now, they are two roster spots down, three technically, because I mean the deal for Lou Williams is still not official yet. Although I mean I think it's been approved by the league, so there's nothing wrong with that. It's still just pending physicals and everything. It's just all the dotting the T's and crossing the I's type of stuff. But right now the Rockets are two roster spots down, and I believe Chinagu Anuaku and Kyle are out in the Rio Grande, so they might be down to about 10 players Thursday when they take on the New Orleans Pelicans, who also are going to be down a player as well, and I'll explain that in a minute or two. But overall, when you look at everything that the Rockets did this trade deadline, they accomplished pretty much what they wanted to accomplish. They kind of missed out on adding a couple other big name pieces like a Kylo Quinn or PJ Tucker, who was moved to the Raptors. But they are going to be very big in the buyout market, and there could be a couple guys out there that they might be interested in. But when you look at everything that the Rockets did during the trade deadline, they moved one asset, and they got themselves in return a six-man of the year candidate, and they also freed up two roster spots that are going to end up hopefully helping them down the road. All that by trading one first-round pick. The other people the Rockets traded, they're unfortunately they're meaningless to the Rockets. Corey Brewer was not helping the Rockets as well at all. Tyler Ennis was not helping the Rockets at all. He in fact hurt the Rockets many nights. And while people loved KJ McDaniels and his potential here in Houston, it was just never going to work out here. And KJ McDaniels is now going to be a Brooklyn Net, and hopefully that won't come back to haunt the Rockets like it did. I know the most recent example I put was Robert Covington. Robert Covington really had no spots here on the Rockets. He went off to the Philadelphia 76ers and became, not a star, but became like a minor star, I guess you could say. Pretty much the only difference between Covington and McDaniels is Covington can shoot. McDaniels has yet to prove that he can. So with the two open roster spots the Rockets have now, they means they're going to be pretty big in the buyout market. Names are starting to filter in right now. The guys that could be available. Right now, Terrence Jones, looks like he's going to get bought out in New Orleans. Andrew Bogut, who's just traded to the Philadelphia 76ers, they're expected to waive Bogut. So he could be out on the market. A lot of people are interested in him. Darren Williams as well. And I just recently saw that Marcus Thornton is also going to be bought out. So a bunch of guys that the Rockets could be interested in, a bunch more that are going to get bought out that the Rockets could be interested on. Some other things that the Rockets could be looking to do is looking to add someone from the CBA, the Chinese Basketball Association, as soon as those guys start to become available. We all saw what they did last year with Michael Beasley, who ended up helping the Rockets helping him out a lot. And there's a lot of guys over there. They're doing a lot of work. Josh Smith is over there right now, who's doing some work. I don't see the Rockets adding Josh Smith, but he's one of many players that are over in the CBA right now. They're doing a lot of work. Also, Larry Sanders is a free agent. He's made no bones about it. He wants to head back to the NBA. I don't see the Rockets in on Larry Sanders, but I mean, there's options out there for the Rockets to add people, and I don't expect them to just be adding 10-day contracts for the rest of the year. They're going to be adding some people that are going to help them. Be it Andrew Bogut, who I think would be the dream catch, but he's going to be highly sought after in the buyout market. But there's going to be guys the Rockets are interested in. So like I said, until the Rockets start filling out those positions with guys that they need, they're probably going to start signing a couple of 10-day contract guys unless they can get someone pretty quickly. Because with a roster at 13, you're going to need that depth eventually. And last thing you want to do is be caught without it. So just recapping overall what the Rockets did, they gave up one asset, the 2017 first-round pick, and made themselves a whole bunch of room, got themselves a good player in return. Didn't have to trade off any second-round picks. Didn't have to trade off any more first-round picks. Didn't have to trade off draft rights to anybody. The Rockets are set up pretty well. They also, while there was a lot of speculation that the Rockets could be trading Patrick Beverley, he's safe. Patrick Beverley isn't going anywhere. I don't know why there was much concern that Patrick Beverley was going to go somewhere. He was one of the locks on the Rockets. While he is no James Harden, I think it was safe to say that Pat Beverley wasn't going anywhere. Rockets also got to hold on to some of their young talent that they really like in Sam Decker and Montrezl Harrell. So, all in all, Daryl Morey did what he does. He makes other GMs take his crap, and he gets back what he wants in return. And the Rockets got back cap space, and they got back a Sixth Man of the Year candidate. So, Rockets did exactly what they wanted in this during this trade deadline. So in a day or two, maybe tonight, maybe the next day, I might come out with buyout candidates that the Rockets could be interested in. So I appreciate you guys for giving this a listen. My name is Josh Reese. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Joshua. I cover the Rockets here in Houston. So I appreciate you guys for giving this a listen.